This is TWiT.
It feels like their pollsters are saying you're going to do well by taking a stand on big tech. Both Amy Klobuchar and Dick Blumenthal seem to be responding to some need to be seen as a champion against big tech. Klobuchar keeps announcing bills. This is a new one, the Nudge Act.
I think it's nudge. I don't want to give her the Yiddish pronunciation.
I like the Nudge Act.
Well, it depends.
No. It's just I find it offensive. Like,
all right,
she doesn't get nudge. That kind of benefit.
She doesn't get it. All right, she's from Minnesota. She can't call it the Nudge Act. It's Nudge Act, nudging users to drive good experiences. NUDGE. Nudge on social media. If you haven't had enough retronyms yet, the Senate's got many more for you. Nudging users drive good experiences on social media. She says will hold platforms accountable for the amplification of harmful content. Okay. She had previously introduced a health misinformation bill, which fortunately, because it was blatantly a violation of the Constitution, disappeared. But now...
My headline on that one was she proposes a bill that if Trump was still president would have led to the deaths of legions of Americans.
Yeah.
And I was very impressed that the word legions popped into my vocabulary. It was not good because she's really trying to have somebody decide. You know, the First Amendment says Congress shall make no law.
Right.
And she really wants to make a law. She wants a decider. She wants a governmental role to decide what speech is okay or not. And even if in general, broad strokes, I might agree with her sensibilities about what is beneficial and what is terrible. No, you don't create laws like this because the good guys are not always in charge. And
yes.
So this one asks the good guys, the National Science Foundation and the National Academies of Sciences, Engineering, and Medicine to look for something I think is kind of like hunting for the snipe. It's a content agnostic intervention that would reduce, this is quoting, reduce the harms of algorithmic amplification and social media addiction. So, okay, you eggheads, get on out there and find something that won't violate the First Amendment. Now, fortunately, even if this bill passes, I can't imagine that much will happen except the NSF and NASEM will get some checks and they'll get to work on a committee.
That's not the egregious part of the bill. She wants to. I mean, I think Mike Masnick wrote the post on TechDirt, and he makes the point of study is good. Let's study things. That's fine, and that's a perfectly reasonable government role. But that's only part of the bill. The rest of the bill is now government will act on what they have.
And
learned.
You better do it.
That's the part that Congress has now made a law affecting speech because it's decided what is the good speech and the bad speech, and therefore.
But it's content agnostic,
which is not what Congress should do.
It's only content agnostic before they do the studies. The whole point is to come up with a study so it's no longer content agnostic.
Congress shall pass no law that isn't content agnostic. I think that's in the First Amendment, isn't it?
Right. So the UK is going after legal but harmful speech, thus making anything anyone believes is harmful illegal de facto.
Right.
And then Klobuchar is kind of we're going to encourage the good stuff, which means we're going to discourage the bad stuff, and we're going to anoint what is good. That is why we have a First effing Amendment. Stay out of it. Shush.
I mean, I'm just amazed at all the countries in the world demonstrating as we speak why the United States rolled out a First Amendment, and we're busy trying to trash it.
Yeah. Isn't that funny?
Yeah, that's funny. But
yeah. Well, the thing that's scary about both the Earn It Act and this is that for completely different reasons, there's support on the left and on the right. So this actually could pass for completely different reasons from the left and the right, but they do agree. Let's do something. So
these days, if bipartisan is not a good word these days, in my view.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, because the right
supposed
thinks
to be the high order. If certain people agree with you, you may want to think twice about why.
Yeah.
I mean, I found myself in a very unfortunate political position watching senators I really don't feel comfortable with for most of governance fight her bills and be grateful for the
right.
opposition that they were filing. Like, this is a terrible time in American government, I think.
Her co-sponsor is Cynthia Loomis from Wyoming, who, as a perfect example, has completely different. She doesn't like social media companies whining. She doesn't like social media companies censoring content she wants to see. So anyway.
Yeah, because actually, to clarify the point I made, there's people on both sides of the aisle pushing for all these terrible bills, and there's people on both sides of the aisle fighting all the terrible bills.
No one can agree.
Yes, true.
Yeah.
True.
And so I was grateful for one of them who I would like to not have this person in office again, but they were fighting the bill, and I'm like, and they were making sense.
It's very
while
difficult.
doing it.
It's difficult these days. You know, I mean, Liz Cheney seems like a hero. What? Mitch McConnell finally sounds sensible. What? So I don't know. All bets are off.